Guys, I received some private message asking why I did not post any videos on Hong Kong races yesterday. Actually, I'm quite glad that I'm happy that you guys are following my videos and tips, right? So the thing is that normally for Saturday is a bit busy for me, and I can't get my tips ready, review ready as early as possible because I still follow Australian races on Saturday, right? But I'm trying to take this opportunity to go through with you, right, some of my selections, and how we can look at the track condition and the running style for the day, and fine tune a bit and make some good betting decision, right? So let's go to race one, right? Race one, I think based on my selection, I shortlisted like number two and number 11, right? This is based on my selection. But to be honest, I never bet number two. Instead, I go for number five, right? Which I ran second. Right now, it's almost towards the end of the season, and there are a few things that we need to take note, especially the trainer championship and the jockey championship, right? Like trainer like PFU, Ricky Yu, and also KW Louis. I think will be firing like and also Cruz, they will be firing, right? So trying to catch up the see who can become the champion trainer, and also Zach Burton and also Jao Moreira, right? So they'll be trying hard, right? So I think first race, I think I to be honest, I go for number five, which ran second, right? So um, let's look at the results, right? I want to take a look at the results. So this is all weather track running on 1,650 meters. So for if you look at the top three, right, those horses that the running position, right, is coming from midfield and coming from the back of the field, right, and also this is maybe a midfield a bit. But if you look at the front runner, it's fading, right? So like it didn't sustain too much. But if let's say you do not know how to watch the race, right? I mean you can look at the results, right? Like Hong Kong Jockey Club publish the results pretty fast, right? I think that's a good thing. Almost near real time, right? Like after like 10 minutes or 15 minutes after the race completed, you will see the results, right? So this one allowed to tell you, right, what type of running style. I mean, to be honest, I'm not trying to double guess whether it's in track bias or not, right? But those are the things I will consider, right? So all weather track coming from far back, right? So this is 1,650 meters, right? So right now let's go to race number two, right? Race number two, if you look at the results again, right, it's also coming from back, right? Of course, this is on the turf ground, right? So you see, this is on coming from far back as well. You see, this is the horse right in front. They can't really sustain, and look at this, right? All the front runner couldn't really sustain, right? So let me go to my race two and see what my selection is. So race two, I think I got this winner. I think I got this winner. As I said, right, PFU and KW is trying, and my selection is like number one, number two, and also number nine, right? This race, I remember I backed number nine, but I mean, since it's just one last start, I didn't go too much, right? I just like just a token bet for fun. But this one allow me to observe the race, right? So right now, go to race three. Race three, I think my selection will be number one and also number seven and also number 11. Number 11, right? So in this race, this is where I got the money, right? So I go for number seven in this case, right? So let's look at this race. Right, this race I'm quite happy that I backed this one, right? So how I do the filtering, right? Because I know the horses is coming from back. So what I did was I know this is my three selection, right? So this is a front running position. Like this horse might be leading, like number three might develop will be leading. So number three, yep, this one will be front runner, and then number five also will be running in front as well. right? And then number 10 and number 11 will be running in front, right? So basically, I map out how the racing position is. So what I should look at is those horses that not running in front, right? With left, number 1, right? And also number 7, right? So it's not very difficult for me to pick one horse, which is number 7. So this is the race I got it, all right? So if you look at, I think I make a call in my Facebook group. Yep, look at this, all right? I posted yesterday, right? And exactly, like what I'm thinking in this post, right? In fact, I recommended Happy Times, right? And also number 7, okay? So you go back to my selection here, and the third choice, Gallon Legacy. Hang on, let me. Right, it's just I because it's still in my consideration. I just suspect, who knows, right? Maybe I'm wrong, right? But after this race, I'm pretty sure, right? Horses that coming from back and make a difference, right? Remember, watch out the distance as well, right? The distance the thing is important, right? So right now, okay, let's go to race 4. This is a very interesting race, right? Race 4. Okay, same thing, right? I will eliminate all those front running position. So meaning that it left for me 6 and 7 to choose, right? 6 and 7 to choose. So this race I only go for Morera, which is only one horse. The reason why I don't go for number 7, this horse, right? Because I really don't like the jockey running from off-rail position, right? This jockey, I think I would prefer it to be a bit front runner, but I saw a couple of times, right? Where I think, if let's say I don't have horse to bet and the horse is good, right? I don't care, I'll just go for it. But this race, I have 2 horses to choose, right? And also for this horse, right, it have a very good run on 13th of May, right? So race 4, right? Let me go for race 4. Hang on, let me log in. Thirteenth of May, right? Yep, E-Star. So look at 13th of May. So this race, right? This one. Look at this, right? This race, it got a very good timing, right? It's a very good run, right? But it's on Happy Valley, right? I'm looking at it. This horse won on Shatin previously, right? And last run on Yielding track maybe cannot perform. Right now they put a very strong jockey on board, which is Morera, and we know that he's trying hard no matter what horse you give him, right? So I make a call in my forum again, right? So this race number 4, I go for Morera, right? Oh, and if you should look at the replay, right? It won beautifully. Okay, so I think like this horse, right? Like Tom Style, I'm a bit surprised that he's running in front, right? So the horse faded, and Oriental Amigo number 8, which is a big horse, right? So it's just like I'm just because it's to me is a good run as well. Clock on the 9th of May and has a very good finishing time, right? And it makes perfect sense, right? On these days, if you want to go for outsiders, this could be the horse, right? And the horse is not too bad, right? You look at the 9th of May, right? It only lost four lengths. Who knows what's going to happen this race, right? So I make a call, but again, my main bet is on E-Star, right? So if you look at the selection here, it's very clear, right? And even make a call, and I hope that those guys, like who did follow my Facebook yesterday, got it right. So quite happy with this horse. Now let's go to race 5. Race 5, all weather track. I'm not 100% sure About all-weather track, I think I start to skip a bit. Like this race, like number 3, I think the odds is too short. So this is number 1, right? So I remember I don't recall that I play this race, right? I think I just skip as well. So no problem. Let's go to race 6. This is another interesting race, right? It's not hard to make the call. 1,400 meters, right? First of all, eliminate the front running runners. You left you a list. This is again number 3, right? So to be honest, I did not bet this horse. I did not bet, right? What I bet instead was, I think I made a very wrong decision to go for number 8, Smart Sharon, right? This horse, I look at the run on the 17th of May. I really like the horse, right? I really like the horse. That's why I don't care Moreira, right? I don't care number 3. I just go for this horse, race 6, number 8, Smart Sharon, right? Ridden by our good friend. Okay, so if you look at the racing, no, sorry, maybe not race 5. Hang on. I think race 6. Yep, this horse, right? So on these days, right, is ridden very nice. That's why I don't really like this jockey riding, those horses that coming from far back, right? I still prefer those front running style. Okay, so back to the results. Race 6. Right, so this horse, I think, is running in the front pack. He won, and my horse, I think if you look at the replay, right, he got blocked, right? I think the split decision he made, I think, is somehow caused him to lose a few lengths. But no problem. I take it. I lost this race, right? So now look at race 7. It's a 2,000 meter, right? So this race, you see, this is the different one, right? So just now we talk about the horse coming from behind. It's 1,000, 2004. 2000, this race I didn't bet as well. I didn't play, right? Because I have no clue. And he lead all the way, right? He leads all the way. This horse just won twice, right? So that's why I tend to ignore. Okay, so right now let's move to race 8, which is another all-weather track race. He won this race again, right? Race 8. It's also front running, right? So it's all-weather track. But this race, I think I think I am on. Let me see which one I'm on. Hang on. I'm betting on this. Yep, this horse, right? So good timing and coming from back, right? So I end up 3rd. So, but I didn't profit anything, right? Because the way I play is I only play win bet, right? So it made no difference for me. This is the one that make me some money, but it's not big betting, right? So I got Alcari. Okay, it's not rocket science as well. Same thing, right? Shortlist it and 1 and also number 12, right? So I got Alcari, right? Which I think it pays pretty well, but it's not a big bet because first of all, it's not a very popular jockey, and then it's just I think it's a bit odds is a bit too much, for me to believe, right? And then I'll just make a token bet, right? A very small one, but I'm quite happy it came in, right? And it won easily. All right, then proceed to the last race. This is something I didn't expect as well. I didn't manage to catch this horse. I'm on number 2, to be honest, Mongolian King. All right, so let's go to race 10. All right, race 10. So my list will be 1, 3, and 5. So let's take away all the front running position, right? And I left number 5 here, right? So the problem with number 5 here, as I said, I don't like this jockey riding the horse that need to come from back, right? I prefer him to riding a more forward position horses. So that's why I didn't choose 5. But I know that horse number 2, they had a very good run on the 7th of June, right? And has very good finishing, right? So I go for this horse, but quite sad. I mean, it ran 4th, right? So I think it takes a bit of more time to get it warm up, But nevertheless, this horse won. But it's not in my radar at all. That's why I never put any bet. If it has a good run, or have some sectional time, I would definitely go for it. But it ran 3 times on this distance, but didn't show any promising. I mean, any promise, right? So that's why I just discard it, right? So as you see, the odds, right, is 44 times, So that's no brainer, right? But I think that's all I want to share today. So I think most important thing is that on the race day itself, right? So sometimes we might change our mind based on what are we handicap. But important thing is that you need to be ready, right, on every race day, right? Have your handicap ready, Then you try to mix and match, right? Trying to change a bit, of the consideration depending on the track condition, the bias, the jockey, right, or maybe the trainer, So that's all I can share so far. I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to reach out to me from my website, right? Just click here to contact me, and yeah, I'll be in touch with you. All right, see you next week on Hong Kong races. Good luck.